Hi everyone, Matt Nicoll from St Andrews College in Christchurch. I'm going to be talking to you today about something we're doing with one of our Year 11 or Level 1 NCEA classes. I am running or have helped set up a change to our Year 11 Practical Science course. This is a course we have put together to cater for students who testing in Year 9 and 10 has shown that exam type assessment doesn't work so well for them, and in a lot of cases because of this these students have become quite disengaged or lost a lot of self-confidence in their ability and therefore a bit of a loss of passion in science. So we had a look at the New Zealand curriculum to sort of see what sort of learners we wanted these students to be by the end of the Year 11 course. And I suppose the key thing there was that we wanted to rebuild the confidence and to make them see how science applied to them and their interests in life. So we created a course that was based around these four key ideas, so that we could actually satisfy the nature of science elements, of course, as well, because it is a science course and it is going to be assessed at level 1 of NCEA. So we've got chemical reactions, of course, because everyone loves their chemistry, practical investigations to look at fair testing, conspiracy theories to look at scientific literacy, and then spending about half the year on their personal inquiries and matching those up with scientific skills covered in the other three elements of the course. We did find some roadblocks or challenges that we had to overcome this year. A lot of the personal inquiry contexts were actually very impractical to be done at school. We did have some ways to overcome that. For example, students who wanted to do things with guns actually were part of a gun club, so able to do the experimenting in their own time. A lot of the inquiries are actually things that we cover in our already existing Level 2 General Science course. With these students having their negative preconceptions about science, there were some behaviour management issues to tackle or address at the start of the year. And again, these sorts of students often have learning or organisation difficulties, which means a lot of time preparing resources and templates to help cater for that. Towards the end of the year, we did notice that students started to have a bit more of a credit counting focus as well. If something wasn't worth achievement standard credits, or if they'd already earned enough credits through the year, they were less interested in putting in the same level of effort. However, what did this year's class look like? Well, I started by asking the students to write down 5 things that I should know about them as learners, and told them 5 things quite personal about myself. This helped me identify the sorts of things they wanted to learn about, but also helped me be sure or be aware of their preconceptions on how they saw themselves as scientists or as learners of science. From this, we went into a topic on chemical reactions, and students were ultimately assessed against an internal assessment for that one that you can see written on the slide. Then we started learning about conspiracy theories and, do we believe them or not, which resources are reliable and so on, and ended up actually using an English achievement standard for this. So they also used this to prepare for a speech in their English classes. So we were able to work with another learning area. My class happened to be all boys this year by chance, and they were pretty rugby mad, mainly because of the World Cup being this year. So we ended up learning about fair testing through learning about rugby skills, angles of kicking the ball, that sort of thing. And ultimately they were assessed for this with a common assessment task that all Year 11s did that had nothing to do with rugby. It was rolling marbles down a ramp, basically. But they were able to apply the same learning to that and achieve very good results. And as I say, then we moved into personal inquiries. Students were learning about things like motocross, rowing techniques. They were looking at gunpowder, the chokes of shotguns, all sorts of things. And I was applying that learning to achievement standards that I could assess them against, co-constructing tasks, assessment schedules, and then working through that with them to create a way to reward their learning. There's a whole range of resources here that I won't go through individually, but the key things here really were the New Zealand curriculum and TKI, as well as that framework for transforming learning in schools to create our inquiry processes.